So, good cop. Blank cop. I want to say sly cop. So let's do it.
They'd run the classic good cop, sly cop interrogation.
Prepare.
Luca and Rollo ducked behind a barrel, leaving Beck to her task.
Oh, Beck.
With a few crisp snaps, she roused Mr. Tolliver.
I didn't have to do the snap. What? What's going on here? You're that Modeville girl. Can I guess what I need to prepare for? Oh boy. Dropping my glasses off my face. I need to prepare for being flash frozen at a moment's notice. Or D&D stuff. That would be cool. Or being murdered. So either way. Please, call me back. Sorry about all this.
Mr. Tolliver looked down and shifted a bit, testing his restraints.
You need points! Oh, interesting. It seems there's been a mix-up. You see, I'm down here for the same reason you are. Juniper sent you down here?
Beck caught herself before letting the surprise manifest on her face. She'd already gotten him to reveal his relation to Gran. This was gonna be easy.
You know how Juniper is with her precautions. Operation Sparkplug has us all on edge. I guess she thought you needed some backup. But she sent a child? What better way to avoid prying eyes? Who would suspect a kid? I suppose that makes sense.
Mr. Tolliver wriggled a bit in his restraints.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Beck quickly removed the ropes.
That had to be uncomfortable. A little, yeah. But you understand. We never know who to trust in this town.
Mr. Tolliver rubbed the growing knot on his forehead.
Very true. So, it turns out we're both here to...
Beck twirled her hand, as if to prompt Mr. Tolliver to finish her thought.
destroy the evidence.
Beck shook her head and clicked her tongue.
Yep, the old gal is nothing if not thorough.
Mr. Tolliver let out an amused huff in agreement.
She sure is. Can't blame her, though. If anyone were to find out that we were going to destroy the source, well, we both know how bad that might be. No one will know anything once I finish cleaning things up down here.
Beck was on a roll now, playing Mr. Tolliver like a fiddle.
You're sure you can finish this up on your own? Juniper trusted me for a reason. You can leave the rest to me. Good, there's one more loose end I'll go work on. Loose end? Oh, it's nothing, really. The other day I had the radio on scan while restocking the candy shelf. And wouldn't you know it, I intercepted an odd phrase in the perennial harvest transmission. Underground secrets. What are you eating? What did you just put in your mouth? Give me a second, cat stuff. What did you eat? What did you eat? Oh my god, okay. I have no idea what she ate, but it looked like paper, maybe? I hope it was paper. She gobbled that up like a freaking candy. Okay. Unrelated. That's ominous. I think it might be a password, but Juniper dismissed it. Said it wasn't mission critical. What's the password for? We don't know. So we have a password and nowhere to put it. It's gotta mean something, right? Good thinking. You should probably go work that out. I've got this under control. That's a relief. Between you and me, this basement gives me the willies.
Heading for the stairs, Mr. Tolliver hesitated and turned to Beck with a puzzled look. She grinned and gave him a happy wave. With a shrug, he continued up the stairs, whistling a jaunty tune.
Oh my god. Well, then we got so much information, so we're gonna be fine. You guys catch that? Sure did. This whole time, Mr. Tolliver's had a candy shelf, but all he ever sells us is apples.
Beck blinked slowly in disappointment.
Classic. The password, Rolo. Well, sure, but once things are back to normal, I'll be having a word with Mr. Tolliver about that candy shell. Fine. In the meantime, I've got an idea.
She turned to the table and began tearing small scraps of paper.
Candy shelf is important. He said he had a password on the he heard a password on the radio. Any good spy transmission is never what it seems.
Beck marked each scrap of paper and leaned back.
We just need to find the hidden meaning. Okay. What's another word for underground? Buried, covered. Could it be a cover-up? Maybe if it's one of those each letter is a number thingies. So U would be 21. N would be 14. D would be... Oh, it's an anagram. Nuncreed's drugstore.
Beck looked at Rolo with amazement.
Rolo, that was incredible. Well, it's either that or Kren's new drug store. Yeah, I think you were right the first time. How did you do that? What can I say? I love ciphers. Well, I guess we know where to go next. Investigate Nuncreed's drugstore. To those of you who are also familiar with Star Wars Extended Universe, current canon Extended Universe, and you also know who my best Star Wars boy, Thrawn is. You know Thrawn's best friend, Eli Vanto, and how it comes from Wild Space, and people from Wild Space talk like they have a little drawl. That's what I think about every time Rolo says something. I just think I'm from Wild Space. And I love it! I wish I was from Wild Space. I wish I had an accent. I do have an accent. Actually, I have a really bad accent, but most people understand what I'm saying. Most of the time, in America. Scared me half to death. Sorry. You kids haven't seen Mr. Tolliver around, have you? No? He's got me waiting around since like the last slice of pie. I swear that man would be late to his own funeral. Yeah, Wild Space L. I just want to become Eli Vanto. He's so cute. Okay, we're going to the drugstore, right? And he's like super smart math genius. It's Eli Vanto is a great character. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I love him. You're late, Augustus. Sorry, sister. Was caught up with work. Work? You? I had a few more details to lock down for the festival. Oh, what do you have to report? What is this insipid town festival really about? I think...
Gus looked around nervously.
I think Mr. Kerr really does just want to do something good for the town. In the far western galaxy. It's weird to think of a galaxy being like west, like using cardinal directions, but someone's like, we're on the west side of the galaxy. That's great, it's so funny. He's actually a pretty nice guy if you spend some time with him. I didn't pull strings installing you as mayor so you can make friends. Your job is to help me figure out what Kerr and Perennial Harvest's true intentions are with this town. We have a responsibility. This is our father's town. Was. Excuse me. This was our father's town. He's gone, Eris, and he isn't coming back. Father left us with nothing but problems. Mr. Kerr came here and offered to help us. We accepted that help. We didn't agree to them turning Father's warehouse into a toxic dumping ground, but it's just a temporary arrangement. The glow can be seen from our damned backyard. They're dumping their nasty little secrets on us. When all this inevitably goes wrong, who do you think will be blamed?
Eris's cry hung in the air.
We have a new choice to make now, sister. This town is going to change whether we like it or not. Are we going to choose to be a part of the future, or be forgotten in the past? It's a shame. Father named you Augustus, but you will always just be a Gus. Good night, Eris. I'll see you at breakfast tomorrow. Damn, bitch. That's intense. Oh! It's getting late, children. He just walks away. Anyway, snooping. Knowledge, he spat with a sneer. There exists a gulf between knowing something and being able to do a damn thing about it. Huh. I do hate it when the villain makes a good point. It's true. I love it when the villain makes a good point. I'm usually on team villain because I'm a problem child. Oh shit, is that kid? What up, kid? You'll have a bag lunch? Maybe?
Solomon stood proudly at the entrance to the drugstore, holding a brown bag overflowing with black licorice.
Ew! I mean, good for you. I don't want to eat it. Eat all of it. Hey, Solomon. We're looking for Mr. Nuncreed. Is he still in there? I'm afraid not. Then where'd you get the candy from? You might say, we have an arrangement.
Solomon shoveled a surprising amount of licorice into his mouth.
Nom 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 nom. Sometimes it's the small pleasures in life. Though we might not always have family to rely on, licorice has never let me down. Oh, you're gonna get so fat. Don't say that. Well, I can't say licorice would be my first choice, but whatever floats your boat. You can tell a lot about a person by their choice of confection. Oh, yeah, I guess. I like sour gobs. I'm certain you do. I always wondered why Mr. Nuncreed kept licorice in stock. You must eat enough of it to make it worthwhile. There are many ways to earn loyalty. For some, it's as easy as cold hard cash. Runs away with licorice. I have candy stuck in my teeth as we're talking about candy. Well, he's right. It's locked. There's gotta be more clues. Okay, let's see. Investigate door. Investigate window. Look around. Telephone booth. Telephone booth. Have you ever seen anyone actually use this thing? Besides Mr. Nuncreed? No.
Beck cupped her hands on the glass to peek inside.
This is not a normal phone booth. It's got like a blinky keypad. Why would there be a blinky keypad? Kren's nude rug store. I mean, underground secrets. The password.
Beck flung open the door and they all squeezed in.
Oh my god. Alright, let's see here.
Luca cracked his knuckles and entered the letters into the keypad.
Typing underground secrets. Sounds like that did something. Great, now what? I guess we... Ah!
The inside of the phone booth dropped loose from its shell.
Ah!
Without even the space to panic, they closed their eyes, held their breath, and accepted their fate.
Oh boy.
Suddenly, the chaotic descent slowed to an effortless landing. It was unclear where they ended up, but at least it was solid ground. The air was stagnant and smelled vaguely of chlorine.
I knew it. You knew that there was a secret hub full of strange tubes under the phone booth. Of course I did. Didn't I say that? Me on the Great American water slide with drops over underneath you. Yeah, that's why you don't go on water slides that just drop underneath you. That's terrifying. I hate that. No. I definitely thought it. Luca, do you remember when I said how cool it would be if the trans-dimensional conduits from Hank Atomic issue number 12 were real? Well, at one point or another, you've said that about every technology ever discussed in Hank Atomic. That's why I'm such a good predictor. It looks like each of these has something written on them. Investigation. Can I look at this? This suit has a broken mask. So, we have found our mystery warehouse creeper? We've at least found our hazmat suit. If it walks like a Nuncreed and talks like a Nuncreed, let's not jump to conclusions. Just saying. Can I look at that? Okay, no. Mining Operations Alpha. You guys have mines here? Not that I know of. This town is all farms and fertilizer. And a series of tubes? Pa always says you can only trust the miner up to the point when they hit gold. Not sure how that wisdom applies in this exact situation. That's the thing about Pa, you don't always realize what he means until it's too late. Perennial Harvest main office. That's where my mom works. What does she do? Science stuff. Is she involved in all of this? We just moved here. How could she be involved? True. Valentine Fertilizer Warehouse. Isn't that where you almost got snatched? Yeah. Why would Perennial Harvest have a tube going to the old Valentine place? This is starting to feel like something big. That's a lot of buttons. Stand aside, Earthlings. I've read enough Hank Atomic to know my way around sci-fi tech.
Willow's hands hovered over the field of blinking buttons.
I'm prepared for any and every eventuality, sir. Eeny, meeny, miny. Great water. Rolo, what did you do? Nothing? I didn't even mow yet. What was that? Hide? Where? There's nothing but weird tubes down here. Just get back. Oh my god. Shit. 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 Awesome. You all need to come with me now. We aren't going anywhere with you. Not until we get some answers. Mr. Underground Secrets. I told them it was an absurd password, but they love anything that makes them feel clever. They who? That's no matter. If I can keep you hidden until after the festival, I might be able to save your skins. We don't care about our skins. Hold on now, I like my skin. This all stops now, Nun Creed.
Joseph waited for a moment in silence.
You sound just like him. Who? Walt. You don't get to talk about my dad. You know, your father and I were friends back before.
He gestured toward the strange tubes.
All of this... That's a lie. It's true, I used to bounce you on my knee. What happened? Same thing that always happens. Reality, complications, life. We were a team, Walt and I. An idealistic doctor and a bright-eyed pharmacist. Both hellbent on helping folks. So you were his sidekick? No. We were partners. He helped the patients and I helped... What? He helped the patients and I helped him. Yep, total sidekick.
Nun Creed let out a growl of a sigh.
Luca, I need you to know this. I need someone to know this. One day, Sharper Valentine comes to us. Says he's got an opportunity. He'd found something he didn't quite understand, and he was willing to pay us both handsomely to help him understand it. And my dad said no. Your father and I both believed in helping people, but the thing I could never get him to understand was, it's a lot easier to help others if you help yourself now and then. Classic sidekick into villain plotline. Walt loved being righteous almost more than he loved his family. He was wrong about one thing, though. When he begged me not to take Valentine's offer, he said, Joseph, if a person says yes one time to Sharper Valentine, he'll make sure they keep on saying yes to him until the day he's dead and gone.
He shook his head wistfully.
Sharper's long gone, but he's still got me saying yes. Is there a point to this sob story? Not really, no. Just an old man trying to delay what needs doing.
Nun Creed took a menacing step towards the children.
I tried to keep you safe. I tried to keep you and Juniper out of this. But you forced my hand.
Luca began to laugh.
Oh boy. What?
You really don't know. My Gran isn't out of this. She's been scheming right under your nose.
Juniper?
Seems like she's planning on crashing the town's party.
She's going to disrupt the festival? Why would she?
The color drained from Nun Creed's face.
How does she know?
Apparently she knows a lot of things.
What?
Let's just say this isn't the only underground layer we've busted into today. And honestly, hers is way cooler. She's got maps and explosives and bad intentions, big man.
Nuncreed grabbed Luca by the shoulders.
Don't tell him this, you kids. You need to tell me what she's going to do right now. She doesn't understand what it is she's messing with. Tell me now, she's in danger, boy.
I don't know. She had a map with a mark on the fountain in town square.
The fountain? But why would—
A jolt of realization struck Mr. Nuncreed.
She knows about the source? What the heck is the source? If she tries to destroy the source, it could catalyze and— dear God, she's going to freeze us all. Science. You all need to run.
Run where?
Away. As far away from this town as you can get. Head west and don't look back. Tube away. That did not go how I expected. So... we're totally following him, right?
Totally.
See you on the other side. Whoosh.
You good?
Yep.
I love this town.
I like how this guy's like, you guys need to get out of here. We're like, how about
Chapter
no?
8.
Oh, quick. There we go.
The cold, hard truth.
Is that water? It's water enough.
Beck leapt up, allowing the suction to yank her into the dark. Dimness eclipsed around her like the shutter of a camera, as she seemed to cover great distance in mere moments. Her only points of reference were
I see that there's an
upcoming
animal
turns,
companion
which
summoned
approached with
to
frightening
us.
speed, only to carry her gracefully along.
I'm almost sleeping on the bed like a
She heard
person,
the tinny,
so
distant
it's
echoes
easy to
of
kidnap.
Rollo's glee. Once she stopped fighting against it, the ride was impossibly smooth. Then, all of a sudden, as if minutes had passed in an instant, light blazed into view. A burst of wintry air snuffed across her face, and she was flung out into the cold.
What? Where did it say? What was the tube? I don't remember what the first tube was called. Let me go grab a cat. Meow, meow, meow. It's Bobo. She's sleeping like a person. Easy to kidnap, but also so cute. Yeah, I know. You wanna go back to sleep? Okay, go back to sleep. She's gonna fight me later. That was intense? Yeah. I think I might have parted with some fluids in there. Any idea where we are? Somewhere cold? Doesn't look like it got on any of us. Rollo's a gem. It didn't feel like we traveled that far. So where did it all go? This place sucks. Why would anyone even want to blow something up out here? The only way to find, only one way to find out, I suppose. We gotta catch up to Nuncreed. I think he went this way. Catch up to Mr. Nuncreed. Let me investigate a little bit. I have not been finding words, and I don't know if that's good or bad. Oh! Oh my god, this is like a frozen over version of Beacon Pines. Ooh, creepy. Or like the future? Did we just jump into the future? Okay, this is starting to feel really familiar. It may not be the most well-versed— I might— English is bad for me. I may not be the most well-versed on all things Beacon Pines, but this does look like some sort of frozen replica of town. Ah, I got it. It's so obvious now. Mr. Nuncreed is an alien. Rollo, stick with me here. His species can only live in sub-zero temperatures. Oh boy, here we go. The source is their base camp dimension, so naturally they keep it cold. We found it by traveling through those metallic wormholes back there. And the final objective? Kill us all and shapeshift into a Beacon Pines citizen of their choosing. You never really had me, but you very much lost me there. You get used to it, we should keep moving. I'm with you, Rolo. Maybe it is aliens.
As they rounded the corner
Maybe
to
it
the
is.
frozen town square,
Oh shit, Grandma.
they spotted Mr. Nuncreed inching cautiously toward a pit at its center. He held his arms out gingerly, as if approaching a beast in the wild. Upon closing the distance, Luca recognized what Nuncreed was after. Gran stood confidently at the edge, one arm outstretched over the abyss. Nearby, a wheelbarrow had been emptied out. She held a lit torch, which flickered in the bitter wind.
Explosives? Juniper, I don't know what you think you're doing, but I assure you this is not going to solve anything. If you drop that, you've doomed this whole town. Oh, it wasn't me who doomed this town. I've been watching you, Joseph. I know what you've done. You and your co-conspirators. Gran? What's happening? Luca, you and your friends need to leave right this moment.
Mr. Nuncreed turned back toward the kids, desperation in his eyes.
Listen to your grandma, Luca. This is between me and Juniper.
Rollo and Beck held steadfast in awe. Luca approached closer.
Oh boy.
Mr. Nuncreed spun back toward Gran, his voice growing louder.
You've got it all wrong, Juniper. Just hand over that torch. You don't understand what you're doing. How could I possibly trust you to do the right thing? Walt told me everything. He trusted you and you betrayed that trust. Luca, did you know that this man's entire life is a lie? If it weren't for him, your father might still be alive.
Mr. Nuncreed winced with anguish. His voice hardened.
That's not
They
true.
both now yelled, not to each other, but at fate itself, making their peace with long-held burdens.
What?
The wind howled with encouragement.
Walt was like a brother to me. We just had different ideas about how to affect change. Very convenient that your way just happened to line your pockets. That's not fair.
They menaced at each other, both catching their breath. The moment balanced on a knife's edge.
Oh fuck. Don't make me make a decision. We're gonna ruin
Amid a
it.
blur of emotions and memories, Luca's mind flooded with questions. The wind calmed, as if to give him the stage.
Oh boy. And in the stillness, he began to weep! I only have one option.
And in the stillness, he began to weep. It was all just too much. Falling to his knees, Luca whimpered softly. The tears crystallized as they hit the snow.
Crying solves everything. I need to get the sing option. So like at the end of Detroit Become Human when all the androids sing their like slave song. We need to sing our slave song. It'll save the day. Oh. Sorry, he stared at Luca, warm sympathy, remembering why this was all necessary. This'll all make sense soon, Luca. Then everything can go back to normal. I promise.
She stiffened up and brandished the torch at Mr. Nuncreed.
You can't hide behind those people any longer, Joseph. Once their precious source is destroyed, we'll see where their loyalties fall. Juniper, don't.
Ignoring his final plea, Gran flung the torch into the deep darkness. She smiled and exhaled in relief. Mr. Nuncreed moaned in resignation.
No.
The torch echoed as it ricocheted down the hole, punctuated with a thunderous thud.
You see, Joseph, I've learned one very important lesson in life. If you want things to change, then you must be willing to.
Before Gran could finish,
Flash freeze, flash
the
freeze.
ground shook her to silence.
She doesn't even know what she's doing. Yeah. We need words. I need to go down the other route to get more
Fran
words.
only
Oh
had
boy.
time to spin around and run to Luca. Her attempt to shield him.
This is so
an honorable
sad and
but
scary.
trifling act. Unflinching love, pitted against an unthinking horror.
Ah!
There was no contest. Her warm embrace froze in an instant. That is where they remain, fixed in place, forever. And so, our story ends on this melancholy scene. In a town brought low by its secrets,
Thanks, Grandma.
sits the frozen
Right?
statues of a misguided band of meddlers. The end. Well, that was dire.
So my favorite being frozen and everyone dies ending has to be you and your friend just hanging out and having the best day of your lives. That's great. Very sad. Second one, I liked the speech a lot. Because I thought it was pretty funny for that character. It's like he's getting some weird poetic justice. This is the worst one, I think. So sad. So confusing. But a lot of drama, so, you know.
On the bright side, we finally figured out where all the ice is coming from. Now, we just need to find a way to deal with a mystic, unfathomable force of nature.
Yup. Look at this picture! Grandma's like, I shall cast it into the fire. Like Isildur tried all those years ago. Grand's not the brightest cookie, potentially. Alright, anyway. This one. We gotta go into a bad timeline to get some words, maybe, to get into a good timeline. I don't know, we'll see. Okay. Luca's mind raced. He was caught in a trap. What do you do when there's no hope? Iggy wiped his cheeks with his sleeve. What are you gonna do, Luca? Luca drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left. We're going to flight, because fighting does not work.
Luca drew himself up and decided to take the
This is the
only option they had
timeline.
left.
I should have explained this,
Flight.
but it's okay. This is the timeline where Rollo's missing, and I think we met Beck a little bit. Yeah, so we have met Beck, but we're not like that close. And we have deformed this kid by accidentally pushing him into a pool of like toxic waste. So he's like fucked up looking, and all these clone guys want to capture him for perennial harvest. And the guy that's like, oh, I'm good at speeches, he showed up because he's covering up a lot of this stuff. So that's where we're at in the story.
He squinted down the barrel of the mission control defense cannon, aiming it through an opening in the dense tree branches. He looked up with surprise as it struck true and taut.
Wow, I can't believe it worked! Hey, Mr. Kerr, we'd love to hear your thoughts, but I'm afraid we have places to be. Come on, Iggy. See ya, Jix!
Also, I have this little 1940s vagabond. Ugh, fine, we know where that leads them. This way, we'll take the tunnels.
Luca and Iggy winced as they sprinted through the thicket. The branches clawed at them, reluctant to give passage. After what felt like a marathon, Luca stopped in his tracks as they reached the clearing.
Oops.
What the?
What the?
That was all he was able to say before Iggy slammed into his back. The boys tumbled down a steep decline and crashed with a wheezing thud on a surface as hard as ice.
Whoa!
In fact, it was ice.
What?
Chapter 5. Signs. They stood silently,
Signs. Okay.
catching their breath. The sky was like sapphire.
So are we in the ice dimension already?
With each breath,
And
a
also,
plume
how
of
did we get
steam
here?
escaped from Luca's lungs. Let's keep moving.
How did we get here?
Luca pulled Iggy to his feet as they gazed across
What?
the snowy terrain.
We came through a tunnel last time, and now we just ziplined here? Oh my god.
That was actually pretty badass.
Uh-huh. I think we lost him.
Are we up in the mountains?
I don't think so. If anything, we went downhill. And what's up with the Winter Wonderland?
All I know is there's no going back the way we came.
Let's see if we can get our bearings.
Follow me.
Find a way home. Okay, can we go this way? Luca? Luca, are you there?
Luca had almost forgotten the walkie-talkie he was carrying.
It's that bozo Kerr. Oh, wrong voice. I hope nothing bad has happened to you out in those woods.
Luca looked at Iggy with hesitation.
No need to be
With
rude.
a resigned sigh, Luca responded.
It seems like the only dangerous thing in the woods is you. He speaks, the young man of the hour. Now, how in tarnation did you end up with one of our radios? Just lucky, I guess. Boy, howdy, you Van Horns are full of surprises, aren't you? You knew my parents? I never had the honor of meeting your father, but your mom sure was a handful.
Luca winced, shoving the walkie-talkie back into his pocket.
We gotta keep moving. Yeah, this is where Dad's grave is in regular Beacon Pines. This is where my house is. But it's not here, because none of the buildings are here. Except for some of them. Oh shit, hazmats. Doesn't this feel like the Upside Down? Like this is, I'm just getting huge Stranger Things vibes. Anyway, what's the readout? Sitting just above 258 Kelvin. 258 Kelvin, that's like almost room temperature though. That's a bit down from last time. Should we report this to Mr. Kerr? Meh, still within safe ranges. It may be spreading, but it's under control for now. Even a small nudge in the equilibrium could cause a cascade. Dude, relax. Just a few more sites to hit before we can punch out. Let's get this over with. Roger, roger. Good thing I have this sweater. And this kid has his, like, I'm deformed, I had to wear a jacket. What's all this? Hard to say with all this snow. I think it's a town sign. I can almost make out the letters under there. What town could this even be? There couldn't be another town this deep into Weepwood. I'm looking at evidence to the contrary. Let's figure out what we're dealing with here. Step 1. Snow's gotta go. I'll see what I can do. Can we throw something? Can we... There we go. Snowballs. Yeah, there we go. Snow's gotta go.
The boys stared in disbelief at the sign that now clearly read, "Welcome to Beacon Pines."
This doesn't make any sense. We're in Beacon Pines? How's that possible? We ran away from town. How did we get back here? I guess we got turned around. Where'd all the snow come from? Well, it's been colder than normal lately. It's a pretty big difference between sweater weather and an Arctic hellscape. The puddle we fought at before, it was cold too. Maybe all of it leads to one source. You think it's related? What the hell is going on? We're gonna get you some answers. Let's keep moving. I love this voice of this child. It's a weird voice for a child, but I love it. This stuff look familiar to you? It looks like the barrel near the puddle I shoved me into, yeah. The deformed gel. It's all frozen.
Looking down at the frozen stream, Luca could faintly see a school of minnows encased in the ice.
Whatever happened here, it happened fast. The fish didn't even have time to run. Or, you know, swim run.
The crunching of footsteps trailing Luca went hush. He looked back to see Iggy's face twisted with confusion.
Everyone's gone. What? There's nothing here but more snow. There must be an explanation for all of this. We have to keep looking. You can look all you want. I quit. Iggy, we have to keep going. You don't get it, do you? This isn't one of your pathetic Hank Atomic stories. We aren't going to save the day. We aren't even going to save ourselves. My face is mangled. The town is destroyed. And everyone we've ever known is gone. We don't know that. You can't just quit. Do whatever you want. I'm done. Iggy, it's gonna be okay.
Luca peered upward at the darkening sky. He let out a long, foggy breath.
Oh my god.
Faintly, Iggy began to cry.
Yeah, I bet.
Seeing Iggy in such a pathetic state gave Luca a sense of compassion, and more than a little guilt.
Yeah.
It is getting pretty late, I think. Probably not a great idea to stumble around in the dark anyway.
Luca allowed himself to collapse next to Iggy.
Let's just rest for a bit.
The boys huddled together for
They're gonna
warmth
freeze
and
to death.
comfort.
Don't fucking do this.
If not for exhaustion, their minds would be racing, trying to make sense of the events of the day.
Oh my god.
As it was, all they had energy for was to sit in silence, numb.
They didn't see the hazmat guys? I guess they didn't, because then they'd be like, they wouldn't be like, everyone's dead. The way the snow covered everything over. It's kind of calming.
Yeah.
I haven't had time to say it, but, thanks.
Huh?
For getting us away from those creeps. I sorta froze up back there.
Iggy, I should be the one apologizing. This all happened because I lost my temper.
Nah, that's bull hockey. Bull hooky? First of all, you didn't know what that gunk would do. You didn't, right?
Of course not.
And second, stop with this baloney about losing your temper. But I did lose my
Iggy
temper.
motioned sarcastically to his half-deformed face.
Obviously. But that's exactly what you should have done.
Huh?
I was being a horse's ass. You were supposed to be a horse's ass in response. And that's how it works.
Iggy, I'm having a hard time following. You wanted me to fight you?
Of course! Jeez, you goody-goody types take forever to understand this very basic point.
Why would you go around saying cruel things to get into fights?
Iggy shrugged.
It's something to do. You're an asshole because you're bored? Sometimes I just feel empty. You wouldn't understand. You and Rolo are always having a blast together, laughing and calling that dinky treehouse mission control.
Iggy now wept openly.
Perfect little Luca Van Horn with his perfect little life. My life is not perfect. Everybody in town likes you. Not everybody. Hell, that new girl hasn't even unpacked yet, and even she already likes you. You have Tish.
He wiped his nose with a sleeve.
I love Tish. Tish is great. But she ain't exactly the world's greatest conversationalist, you know?
Luca gave a warm chuckle.
I get that
Iggy
impression.
cleared his throat as he wiped his eyes.
It must be raining out here.
Definitely.
Iggy arched into a wide yawn.
We should probably try to get some sleep.
Yeah.
Let's lay low for now. Tomorrow, we'll get to the bottom of all this.
Luca's eyelids began to slowly
I'm
drift
afraid they're
shut.
gonna die in their sleep. I'm really afraid they're gonna die in their sleep. Luca?
Yeah?
I always did want to see the inside of your dinky little treehouse.
What did you think?
Not bad.
I'll give you the full tour when we get back.
You know what?
That's all Luca could whisper before succumbing to sleep. Iggy snuggled
Please
in
don't die,
some
please
more.
don't die. When it comes to the worst days of my entire life, this one wasn't half bad. What is your life, Iggy? Oh my god, what a
The house smelled
character.
of warm bread.
Oh god, we're dead.
Luca was playing with toy blocks on the living room rug.
We're dead!
He looked up to see his parents on the couch. His mother held his father's head in her lap. She idly stroked his hair while humming a song. A voice behind Luca spoke. "This is how you remember them, huh?" Luca turned to see his own face.
He keeps doing
The
this.
doppelganger from his dreams, still clad in a yellow hazmat suit, still carrying a look of disdain behind empty eyes.
Is this actually a time travel story though? I mean, like, it feels like there's some hints of time travel that I'm picking up. Time travel?
Aww, look at this perfectly cozy scene. You know it wasn't really like this. The figure picked up a toy block
Uh-oh.
and inspected it. It's amazing the facades that one can build given the right materials. Not that I blame us. These are a child's memories, all warm and
Time
fuzzy.
travel?
You don't remember, do you?
I'm not gonna guess.
Luca
I know I'm
snatched
not
the
gonna
block
guess
from
the ending of
figure's
this
yellow-gloved
story.
hand. Remember what? The doppelganger pointed to the couch. The last day we saw him alive.
That guy.
The day he chose to abandon us. Luca turned to look at his father, still lounging on the couch. That's not true. He didn't abandon us.
Uh-oh.
The doppelganger waved his hand dismissively. Everything is true here.
What?
It's just a matter of what we choose to see.
Nothing is true, everything is permitted, bitch.
Well, let me show you.
Assassin's Creed.
The world flickered and pulsed. Luca was sitting next to his bed, listening to his heartbeat with one of his dad's stethoscopes. The doppelganger limped into the room. No, we both know that's not how this went. He grabbed Luca's hand and guided the stethoscope to the floor.
Oh no, he was listening and heard
shouting,
an argument.
Close by the stethoscope.
Oh no.
It was his parents fighting. Do you remember what we did next? Luca gave a slow nod and crept down the hall to peek through the banister.
What were they fighting about?
He could see the outline of his mother at the bottom of the stairs. Damn it, Walt. We can't afford to get involved in this.
Oh boy. Oh no.
She was scared. His father stepped forward. What am I supposed to do? Just watch? There's a sickness in this town, and we both know who's behind it. I swore an oath to help people. I won't turn my back on them. Luca's mother grabbed Walt. She was crying, pleading. I can't lose you. Walt calmly removed Eleanor's hand from his shoulder. What's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong.
Oh no, he's just driven by a strong desire for justice.
I could never live with myself if I let Sharper get away with this. Eleanor raised her voice. Spare me your bullshit platitudes.
Ooh.
What about our son?
Ooh. What about our son?
Dropping the stethoscope down the stairs. Walt turned with a panicked smile.
Not a microphone, I'm sorry. I'm losing my mind here. Okay, hold on. How do I fix this? How does this sit normally? There you go. I think that's right. Okay. Losing my mind here. It's the classic, like, we're fighting, we're fighting, we're fighting. Camera pans a little bit to the side, kids standing in the doorway, and they're like,
Luca, is that you, buddy? With tears in his eyes, Luca descended the stairs. Mom? Dad? What's going on? Walt dropped to a knee to meet Luca eye to eye. Nothing, Buckaroo. Your mom and I just got a little overexcited is all.
Just like tell him we're fighting.
Luca placed the
or wait, I don't know. What's the healthy family way to handle parents fighting? I don't know what that is. Maybe don't tell them you're fighting? I don't know. I should read a parenting book about that. Who knows?
It sounded like you were going somewhere. Walt gently removed the device from Luca's ears. Listen to me, Luca. I have some business to take care of. I'll be back in time to tuck you in.
Boo!
Luca hugged his father tightly. Promise? Walt stood up and walked to the door. He glanced over his shoulder.
Weishama, papa.
I promise.
Weishama!
With a wink and a grin, he put on his hat and strode out into the evening sun.
Oh shit. We're not dead.
A figure approached soundlessly from the foggy snowfall.
What is this?
It stood above them, lingering in contemplation. Slowly raising one hand above Iggy, it snapped out 2 brisk raps on his head.
Tap tap.
From a deep slumber, Iggy sprang up defensively.
Get your hands off me!
Whether it was the calming presence or the recognition that he was not in danger,
Homeless Hohenheim. Classic Hohenheim. What a homeless random wanderer.
Iggy felt his clenched fists lower.
Just what do you think you're doing?
Luca looked up, gradually remembering his whereabouts. The figure exhaled a cloud of warm vapor.
You two certainly have caused a lot of commotion. What's that supposed to mean? Take it easy, Iggy. We're asleep, minding our own business. You're the one running around knocking on people's heads. I'm sorry if I hurt you, Iggy. You didn't hurt nobody. Anybody. Huh? Oh, I see. Wise guy, eh? No, I'm just kidding. You think you're better than me, you.
When it came to complete strangers, Iggy had trouble cobbling together an insult.
You big-hatted, scarfy neck, furball. Okay, let's lower the temperature a bit here. Interesting choice of words. I mean, let's all just calm down. Who are you? A friend. An observer. A hitchhiker on the infinite expanse of possibility. Great. How about a name? You must call me something. You can call me Nat.
Iggy huffed with gratification.
How about you make like a gnat and buzz off? Very well.
Nat began to turn away.
Alien? An alien, though? Like, greetings, Earthlings. Wait, do you live here? You might say that. So do you know where we are? You might also say that. Look, pal, we just want to find a safe way out of here. You gonna help us or not? Before knowing how to leave, one must know where they are. Alright, that does it. Luca, I don't know about you, but I'm getting out of here one way or another.
Iggy turned sharply and began to stomp off.
Thump. Enough with the riddles. Iggy, wait up!
Realizing he'd worn their patience then, Nat relented.
Very well, I suppose this isn't the time for metaphors. I'll show you how to get back home.
Luca and Iggy turned around with hope in their eyes.
Come here.
Nat took a deep breath in.
Close your eyes.
Nat exhaled slowly, then snapped his fingers.
Okay, open them.
For a brief moment, Luca and Iggy let themselves believe that some great magic was about to unfold, until they opened their eyes and found themselves in the exact same place, cold and disheartened.
This is your home. This is Beacon Pines. Look, Nat, we don't know how we got here. Maybe we stumbled through some time travel gate in Weepwood? Or we teleported to some alternate universe? Or this is all just some cruel experiment by Kerr and his goons. But this is not our home. You're inching closer to the truth. Time travel! But for real though, maybe? Maybe a little bit of time travel? Okay. Alas, the reality is much less fanciful. Just give it to us straight. So be it. As I said, this is Beacon Pines. The original, true Beacon Pines. Oh my... what? Wait, uh-oh. Time travel? I don't know. I don't know what to sing. You both grew up here. But the town you've called your home for the past several years is a replica. A remarkable achievement of engineering, to be fair, but a replica nonetheless. That's impossible. It's too much work. You need a whole town to replicate a whole town. Indeed, to pull off such a feat would require immense labor power. That which could be moved would be moved. That which could not, I don't know, I'm reading everything wrong, would require a precise duplicate. We would have noticed. Someone would have noticed. You'd think so, unless the auditing was impeccable. A mind-numbing attention to detail. As for the innumerable trivialities, which complete the tapestry, well, you can leave that to the miraculous thing we call a brain. It has real aversion to discontinuity, a revulsion even. The brain has a wonderful way of smoothing out the rough edges, keeping us sane. What? Luca and Iggy looked around uncomfortably. Well, I didn't read that. So you're saying that someone made an entire new town and moved us all and no one noticed? Precisely. But why? Why is one question that can never be answered with certainty. The best one can do is to uncover...
Nat narrowed his eyes, furrowed his brow, and uttered...
The source. Why did you say the source like that? Why, indeed.
Luca began to laugh uncomfortably.
This is all ridiculous. There's no way they could...
He looked down at his feet. His eyes started back and forth in contemplation. With a sudden pain, a thought struck him.
If this really is home.
He sprinted off into the pale distance.
Oh, goodbye.
As Iggy turned to follow, Nat called out.
Iggy, it's not too late to turn back. Simply head west through the weepwood. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. There's so much happening! This is not the best timeline! Oh boy.
The source.
The source!
Nat expressed his sympathy with a shrug and sauntered off as unassumingly as he'd arrived. He'd given Luca and Iggy what they needed, and nothing more. As Luca sprinted across the snow, the events of the past few days became clearer, pieces to a larger puzzle.
Twitch posture lurking.
Rollo said he was underground somewhere, captured. Mr. Kerr tried to cover it up with lies.
It was a mild reveal. It was just a weird moment.
It all seemed to point to perennial harvest.
Oh my god, okay, so like, give me 10 seconds. So, there's the route we were on. There's like two big routes, like storylines of this story. Basically, if Rollo goes with you to the thing in the beginning or if he doesn't. And that's like, alright, those are the two routes. One of them, the one where Rollo doesn't go with you and you don't like ruin this kid's life by deforming him with juice. That's like the Stranger Things or like Goonies or like any 80s kids movie where they're like, you bunch of kids solving a big conspiracy and it's cool and it's kind of more fun. That's that route. And then this one is like sad and dark. Like, we've like ruined this kid's life. Rollo's missing. The fucking Mr. Kerr's trying to kill you. There's clones. Like, this is insane. Oh, I really love this so much. I just had to like point out these two branches. Like, yeah. The big reveal after him saying it was less fanciful is that this is the real Beacon Pines, and the Beacon Pines that we've been living in is an exact replica of the city. What does that mean? I don't know.
But right now, there was one thing that Luca needed to know.
And then Luca's like, well, if this is the real Beacon Pines, I need to go do this. And he ran off. And that's where we're at.
Luca stopped dead in his
The
tracks.
grave? Is he gonna dig it up and be like, that's my dead dad? No way.
The tree was gone, uprooted and moved, leaving a raw gash in the earth. He dropped to his knees and dug wildly at the cold snow. His numb hands hit something hard, a headstone. A dry whisper escaped Luca's lips.
You're here. All this time I thought I was visiting you. But you've been here, alone, in the snow? Dad, I'm so sorry. They ruined your favorite spot in the world. Our favorite spot in the world. Dad, what do I do?
There was no reply, just snow-covered silence.
Snow-covered silence. Why'd you give me the slip like that? What if I couldn't find it, you jerk?
He finally noticed the tears welling in Luca's eyes and the snow-covered grave.
Oh. Iggy, they stole his tree, Iggy. Yikes.
Suddenly, they heard the crunch of approaching footsteps in the snow.
Hazmats. We gotta hide. Whoosh. 259k? Fall off distance, still good. Dude, did you hear me? I said 259. Sorry. You ever think about what we did here? We saved a whole town of people. Doesn't feel like it sometimes. What about everything we left behind? That's the grave of someone with a family. The people who love them will never know the truth. The truth is overrated.
He bent down to scoop up a snowball and lobbed it playfully.
What? Oof. Hey! Don't be such a downer, dude. We took this job to change the world. Yeah. Come on. It's almost lunchtime. Why does he walk like that? Oh my god, his legs weird. His legs move very strangely. Weirdo. Their legs move weird. They did not notice fresh digging marks. Maybe there's like things that dig all the time, right? And here I thought I was the jerk. These dinguses are out here literally dancing on graves.
Luca stuttered through heaving sobs.
I thought I was visiting him. I thought he was with me. Not gonna lie, that's a bad break. Here's some advice.
Iggy gave Luca a solid smack on the back of his head.
Hey! Who's any of this helping? What? Sitting here in the snow, crying like some pushover. Who are you helping? Iggy, look what they did. They lied to everyone. Blah, blah, blah. Luca Van Horn, you're a lot of things, but you ain't no pushover. What'd I tell you before? When some jerk comes at you, acting like a horse's ass, I should stand up for myself. Hell yeah! Kerr and this merry little band of clipboards pulled off this switcheroo for a reason, right?
Nat mentioned something about a source.
Luca wiped his eyes with a sleeve.
Whatever's at the source must be awfully valuable to Perennial Harvest.
Sure would be a shame if something unfortunate would have happened to their precious source, wouldn't it?
What do you have in mind?
If it's small enough to steal, we can snatch it. If it's too big to snatch, we smash it.
And what if it's too big to smash?
Iggy flashed a mischievous smile and cracked his knuckles.
I'm always up for a challenge.
I'm gonna make this right, Dad. I promise. Let's do this.
Locate the source. Let's go. Also, I can't believe these hazmat guys just like wander around and we never see them. It can get awful cold out there in those woods, Luca.
Probably best that you two stay put and conserve your energy. Help's on the way. Where's Rolo? Where's my mom? Did you kill her? Oh, heavens no. Do I seem like a killer to you?
Iggy and Luca shared a skeptical look.
Well, do I? Oh, shucks. Now that hurts my feelings. Screw that guy.
Mr. Kerr is such a fun, weird villain. And I don't know if I like him because I'm making him more flamboyant than he is. And I think that's more fun. Or if he's actually cool. But I love him. Wait a minute. If this is the original town, then that means...
Iggy darted behind a large
my father's buried here too! No. He also has the same thing.
He emerged holding a shoebox with a crude skull painted on its lid.
All my shenanigans box.
What's that?
Long story. So a few years back, I came into possession of some premium grade fireworks. Not the wimpy firecracker stuff they give kids. The good stuff.
So why did you bury it under a tree?
That's the long part of the story, and you and Rolo were doing chores at Rolo's chicken coop, and you guys pissed me off for one reason or another.
Luca rolled his eyes with realization.
No, you didn't.
Iggy stifled a chuckle.
Yup. I just wanted to give you guys a little scare. But like I said, these were some primo fireworks, and so I might have underestimated some things.
You blew up the chicken coop?
I prefer to think of it as an incendiary redecoration. I'm sorry, but you should have seen the looks on your faces.
Rolo got grounded for months.
Which is why I needed to stash the evidence and lay low. So I buried him under that tree. But when I came back for him later, they were gone. I figured some grown-up found them and tossed them.
Iggy triumphantly raised the shoebox.
Turns out, it wasn't the fireworks that got moved. It was us. Unbelievable. Oh my fucking god. What a find, though. The one time it's cool to hang out with delinquent friend.
Do you think this is a game?
Newsflash, Poyo. You're not the hero.
You're a little brat who is in way over his head. A hero is just someone who refuses to give up. Comics these days are rotting children's brains. Everyone thinks they're a spaceman superhero. I was always partial to Hank Atomic myself.
Is that so?
Do you really think you have a chance against us?
You have no idea how powerful we are.
Prepare to blast off, loser.
Ooh, shoot. Are we gonna start the thing? We're gonna mess this up. Crooked. Just like this whole stinking place. Ah, got a word though.
Luca and Iggy inched up to the edge of the
How is this gonna be not bad?
In their eyes. Arctic air breathed
How
out of the cavern in heaving gusts.
Echo! Echo, 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 echo. Whoa! I can see why they wanted to move us all out of town now. But why would they dig a giant hole? I think this is it. This is the source? It's a dang hole? How do we smash a hole? That's a great question. Ah! Oh, it's much more than that, my annoying little friend. Kerr, where's Rolo? I wasn't lying before. He's safe. Well, safer than you two, at least. Drat, it's cold. You just had to drag me all the way out here, didn't you?
Mr. Kerr gazed down the abyss in contemplation.
It really is something, isn't it? What did you do to our town? What is all of this? Well, that's a doozy of a question. What if you jump in the hole? Great question, who knows? This is the source, where they collect the unrefined...
Kerr scratched the back of his head.
Honestly, boys, I don't understand any of this well enough to explain it. The fact of the matter is, I'm not paid to know. What do you mean you don't know? Ain't you in charge? Oh, heavens no. My role is merely to flash a winning smile and manage various complications. Complications like us? You are a smart boy.
His face contorted into a saccharine grin.
It really is nothing personal. Some people are destined to strive for greatness, and others are simply obstacles along the way. Seems like you are destined to be a creepy lackey. The point is that we all play our part in life. Mine just happened to be a lead in the role of a lifetime. And you happen to be extras ready for your curtain call. We aren't giving up without a fight. Your smile's not going to be so winning after we're done with you. Now, boys, there's no need for melodrama. It makes even a professional such as myself embarrassed for you. Let's change the mood a bit.
Kerr snapped his fingers.
Scene change? Oh, fuck. There, that's better. Deal with them.
Iggy turned to Luca with a sly glance.
Why are you smirking? Because I have a box full of fireworks and you don't.
Iggy waved the box into the air, threatening to drop it down the hole.
Stop. Let's not do something regrettable. Joke's on you, regret is one of my specialties. Out of curiosity, what would happen if I threw these in your precious hole? Precious hole. Nothing. Nothing at all. You're a terrible liar. I'll have you know, I'm an exceptional liar. That's far enough.
He plucked a single bottle rocket from the box and held it up with reverence.
Stop, you fool! Call up your goons.
After a long pause, Mr. Kerr flung up his hand with frustration.
Very well. You can all head back for the night. It's been a long day. I'll handle these two from here. Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god! You just have to threaten them.
Into the frigid air.
It's just us now, Iggy. You can put that down. What, like this?
With a nonchalant flick, Iggy tossed the firework into the hole.
Oh boy. Ooh. Whoa.
With a growl, Kerr leapt at Iggy, crashing through Luca.
Oh shit. Ah! What?
He tried to twist away, but in the struggle they both tumbled over the side.
No, Iggy!
Luca dove forward, bracing Iggy's hand just before it slipped.
No.
His grip was made precarious by the cold, wet snow. He could see Kerr further down, clinging to Iggy's coat.
You reckless child! What have you done? Luca, listen to me. Hold on tight and use the walkie-talkie to call them back. How, what channel do I use? It doesn't make a damn difference. They're always listening. If you do that, the clipboards will just haul us up and snag us both. The only way you can get out of this is if Kerr's out of the picture. Just let go and save yourself. If he lets go, we both die. I don't want to die, but seeing the look on your face almost makes it worth it. Mr. Kerr, you've had a long life. Why don't you actually do something selfless and just let go?
Mr. Kerr gasped with insult.
That guy's not gonna fucking let go. Long life? I'll have you know I can still play 25. You should have heard me sing the part of Phileas the What? Phileas Young!
With a wild look in his eye, Mr. Kerr began to hum a proud melody.
Wow, can you believe this guy? Oh, huh.
Luca's hand began to cramp. His voice began to crack.
Kerr, just let go! No can do. If you want to save your friend, you'll have to save me too! Luca, look at me. It's okay.
Luca felt Iggy loosen his grasp.
I know, I got the sing option. It's perfect. You aren't going to kill your friend like that, are you?
Every muscle in Luca's body burned.
I'm not his friend. Yes, you are. Nah, I'm just a no-good bully. Like you, Kerr. Iggy, no!
Luca felt his hand slipping.
And I told you what you need to do with bullies. I can't! It's your only way out of this mess. 2 birds with 1 stone. It makes sense for us to fall together. Wackadoos travels in packs.
Calm settled over Iggy's face.
This boy. Luca, let me do this.
Iggy's voice was colder than the bitter air billowing from the chasm.
Let me do the right thing for once. Why don't you strip Iggy? Yeah, just like take your jacket off so he can fall. I had no choice but to blank Iggy's request. Oh my god. Why do I have both? The one time I don't have one option. I really want to say refuse and hopefully save him. If I say accept, they die, but I'm alive. Oh boy, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Aren't you gonna get iced anyway? Ah, maybe. I don't know. The ice came from Grandma doing this thing, but like, right? Let him have a hero ending. It's gonna let me come back if I fuck it up, right? We all know if I fuck it up, it's just gonna let me come back. But like, actually, I can come back at any time if I feel like I have made a bad decision. I'm gonna try to save him. I'm gonna try to save him.
Luca had no choice but
Oh
to
boy.
refuse
Oh
Iggy's
my
request.
heart.
He tightened his grip and reached for the walkie-talkie in his pocket.
And we all fall down and die.
A wild delight crept onto Mr. Kerr's face. That's a good lad. Now, radio for help. Iggy begged Luca with his eyes one last time, but Luca pressed the button and called out. We need help. Mr. Kerr is in danger. It wasn't long before they were once again surrounded by clipboards.
I don't know if I made a good choice.
Mr. Kerr sighed with relieved frustration. There you are. You really are a worthless lot, aren't you?
Oh, that guy's the worst.
Mirror, now.
Mirror.
A clipboard dutifully produced an ornate ivory hand mirror, and Mr. Kerr began preening his
For him to
hair.
like look at himself? Oh my god.
Ah, that's better. Mr. Van Horn, I applaud your sharp thinking under duress.
The fact that this has not gone back into a scene makes me think we're going to immediately die.
I'll put in a good word for you with the founder. Take them
The
away.
founder? Who the fuck is that?
A swarm of
The
hands
source, they just
overpowered
drop in
Luca.
these proper
The
nouns
last
like I
thing
know
he
what they
saw
are.
before a cloth bag was pulled over his head was the defeated look on Iggy's face. The end.
There it is.
I think this was one of those times where doing the right thing was the
Shh,
wrong thing.
book. I know what the right thing is. I just wanted to pretend like I could make a choice. Okay. We tried. We
Luca
got
had no
something.
choice but
We
to
heard about the
accept
founder.
Iggy's request.
Not the worst situation. Anyway.
With a quiet
Drama.
blink, Luca watched a teardrop sail down into the howling void. As his fingers slowly gave up, he met eyes with Iggy.
Good. No!
The two silhouettes were swallowed by darkness.
One firework! No! I'll buy all the fireworks! Oh boy. This is him shooting his gun into the air like, no! That's the equivalent. Hell of a goodbye, Iggy. And she was just watching the whole time. He was watching the whole time. Most of these characters are men, and I keep thinking they're all women because they're cute. Luca, you should really step back. What? Quickly. Oh, interesting though. Curious. Ah, but of course. Those fireworks of Iggy's must have been just the right amount of energy. We should get out of here before perennial harvest arrives. Not until you tell me what just happened. Your friend's sacrifice just saved this town. Yeah, the big freeze didn't happen. Oh my god. For a little while, anyway. How? Tempest liquamine is a peculiar substance. Tempest! It can change the relationship between matter and time itself. I'm sorry? But doing so requires unfathomable energy. In a closed system, that energy can only come from its surroundings. Yeah, you're true. I got you. Tempest can change time and space. We heard it here first, folks. A useful side product of this property being, by adding precisely the correct amount of energy to it, one can create a cryogenic cascade. So the gunk makes things cold and the fireworks made the whole freeze over? That's one way of putting it, yes. It's dumb luck. As dumb luck would have it, the fireworks weren't strong enough to generate a runaway reaction. I shudder to think what would have happened in that case.
We have some idea what that would look like.
Ew. It will take them a good while to safely break through and access the source again. If you know all this stuff, why haven't you been helping? I have been, in my way. Each one of us has our role to play. Iggy's role, it turns out, was to buy us precious time. Mine has been to observe and wait. Wait for what? You. Me? Why? What's my role?
A fierce twinkle flashed in Nat's eyes.
Luca Van Horn, you are going to save the world.
With a chuckle, Nat turned and walked west.
West.
Dumbfounded, Luca followed behind him, trudging through the snow. Every step taking him further away from everyone and everything he knew, and closer to destiny.
Destiny.
To be continued in
You bitch.
Beacon Pines, Pines Harder.
No, you bitch. No.
Revenge served cold.
No, I hate you. Stop.
Second time's a charm?
You hinting something? Just kidding. I know you're hinting at.
That's it? This ends with a crummy cliffhanger just when it was getting good?
That's how it works, baby. That's how
I was
money
even
gets
starting to
made.
like Iggy.
Yeah, Iggy had a redemption
Refused to be
arc. It was
associated with
great.
some never-ending parade of sequels.
Heyo. Beacon Pines 2 is never getting a sequel. It's Beacon Pines is never having Beacon Pines 2. That they're saying it right now.
Let's go back and find something more definitive.
I would love for this game to actually get a sequel though. Okay. So that's terrible and sad, but that's the end. So we're gonna sing! I get to sing my slave song just like the androids. Hold on, just a little while longer.